Trademark infringement is no joke when you're selling online. I've been banned from Facebook and received plenty of cease and desist letters from trademark infringement I didn't even know were trademark terms in the first place. Imagine selling 18 tumblers, making $380 in revenue and copping a $250,000 lawsuit for trademark infringement. That's exactly what happened to one Etsy seller recently for infringing on a Luke Combs trademark. Imagine that. You've invested all that time and energy into creating your business, optimizing listings, researching, creating designs, and then as you're running your paid advertising or optimizing on Etsy, you cop that cease and desist letter, or worse still, a lawsuit for $250,000. All that hard work down the drain and probably ruining your life. I understand there are tons of merchants out there that are selling trademark infringing products and they're getting away with it, but that doesn't mean it's okay for us to go and do the same thing. As a rule, there's a few things to remember to stay compliant whilst you're creating your products. Firstly, there's the obvious trademark infringement, using sports logos, player names and numbers, the colors that resonate with the team, company logos, font styles, silhouettes, movie titles. There's so many that are just plain obvious. So what would be classed as no-go territory? Think Cristiano Ronaldo and CR7, Disney, the fonts, the logo and the ears, Harry Potter and the font, Taylor Swift and her lyric, and of course that legend Luke Combs. If a particular design that you're creating is pulling on any of the references to a particular company or person, you can be sure that you're getting close to infringing on trademarks. You are in very great territory, so tread carefully, or better yet, don't tread at all. I've been doing print on demand for the past 10 years full time and sold close to $10 million worth of print on demand products in that time. And what I've seen is these companies are ready to enforce their trademarks. That means taking you down, meaning you won't be able to sell online ever again. But what happens when merchants choose to infringe on these trademarks? It tarnishes the whole industry. Back in 2016, 2017, there was a massive push by Facebook to close down all these print-on-demand merchants. There were hundreds of thousands of sellers that were banned overnight, losing their livelihoods, myself included. That's when storehacks.com, my blog for print-on-demand e-commerce, actually started. It was to help merchants just like you understand there is a way to create unique designs that sell and sell very well. The worst thing you can do for yourself is piggyback off these brands. Invest all that time and effort into creating these products, getting those sales, and becoming profitable, so much so that you quit your 9 to 5 to focus on your business full time, then get whacked with a cease and desist or that lawsuit. The stress is not fun and the monkey on your back is certainly not worth it. It's why through all my content, and I suggest you go back through it after watching this video, where I place massive importance on creating unique designs. Now with the advent of AI and its ever increasing intelligence that's happening at ridiculous rates of speed, the length of time between actually putting up a trademark infringing product and receiving that cease and desist letter is almost zero. On top of that, there are companies like Counterfine whose sole purpose is to be hired by big companies to go through the databases of big social media platforms to find anything that is trademark infringing and issuing those takedown notices and the cease and desist letters. And inside PodHacks, my coaching program for print on demand, I'm not only giving you the step-by-step roadmap to creating a $5,000 to $10,000 plus per month print on demand business, I'm also teaching you how to create unique products that sell very well and your customers absolutely love. If that sounds good to you, make sure you hit the first link in the description below, book a call with me and my team, and I'll have a chat to you over there. What makes this Luke Combs situation so unique is the absolute legend of a country music singer actually reached out to the merchant that copped that lawsuit. He wanted to make it right. But that's not always the case, and that's not what always happens. If you cop a lawsuit, 9 times out of 10, you're going to court and you're going to have a massive debt to repay. This video is Luke's response to hearing that this woman copped this lawsuit.
My manager reached out to this news station that ran this piece to try to get some info, and apparently this woman, Nicole, has somehow gotten wrapped into that. And that makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. So I was able to get Nicole's phone number. I spoke to her this morning. She told me that, she was absolutely shocked by this. I'm so apologetic. Talking to her, it makes me sick, honestly, that this would happen, especially at the holidays. I can't imagine being in her shoes. She told me there's $5,500 locked up in her Amazon account. I'm going to double that, send her $11,000 today, just so she doesn't have anything to worry about. She was never supposed to be involved in anything like this. No fan should ever have to be involved in anything like this. And she got in trouble apparently for making tumblers. So I'm going to make my own tumbler today. That's going to go up today. I'll keep you posted on that, but all that money is going to go to Nicole and her family to try to help with her medical bills. Hopefully that can help her out.
So the next time that you're going to create a design and you're thinking about using a font that references a certain movie, or using a silhouette or something that references somebody else's company and where you're piggybacking off their success, it's a big question mark you need to put on that design. But I also understand the opportunity that exists in this space. If you're willing to venture into that territory, there's some things that you can do to try and make sure that you're doing the right thing. For instance, checking the USPTO.gov website and searching through the test database to see if there's an active trademark in place. The other thing to be mindful of, and what's tripped me up in the past, is the keywords that you just didn't know were trademark. When you're doing research and you're using tools like the Google Keyword Finder or eRank, and you're seeing those highly searched, low competition keywords, it could be an indication that there's a trademark in place. A few years ago, I had a cycling store and I absolutely loved it. I look back on it as one of the best stores I ever created. And there's one particular product that I had that stood out and sold very well. It was this phone case with the phrase, "shut up legs." I didn't know it at the time. I started advertising and it was making good money. And then there in the comments, I saw what made my heart drop. Didn't Jens Voigt trademark that phrase? I checked that test database and sure enough, "shut up legs" was trademark. And more recently, what happened, I was creating a quick tutorial for TikTok where I showed what keyword to go after. In this case, it was mama bear. High search volume, low competition. I created this video, put it out, and it started to go viral. And again, in the comments, what I saw made my heart drop. But worse, it wasn't just me that was going to cop that cease and desist letter. I was showing other people how to do it, which meant there was a possibility that hundreds of people could be issued with that letter. Immediately in both circumstances, I took down that infringing piece of content and went back to the drawing board. And that is something that I'll always do. Learn from the mistakes and start again. And it's something that I also encourage you to do. But most importantly, learn how to create unique products that connect deeply to your target market. You can do it. I know you can, because I've been able to do it for the past 10 years. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to actually interview a trademark lawyer. And there was one thing that really stood out to me. The whole IP infringement and the trademark area is one big land of grey. It's very hard to know what's okay and what's not. What it does come down to though is who has the bigger pockets. Are you willing to fight these fires when they pop up if you infringe on someone's trademark? I don't care who you are. You certainly don't want to cop that $250,000 fine and have to have that debt to repay. That is a big chunk of change. That's a deposit on a very decent commercial property, which I'm also interested in. But for now, if you want to learn how to create highly unique pieces that customers love and have to buy, then make sure you watch this video next. Until we meet again, I've been Ronnie, and you stay awesome. Good on you.